Hello everyone. Uh, this is continuation to the previous topic, that is properties of the binary trees. Before actually going to this particular topic, let me recap about the three important terminologies, that is depth, height and level. I already mentioned about these terminologies in the introduction to the trees itself, but it is really needed at the time of solving the gate problems or normal problems, whatever it may be. It is also useful for the multiple choice questions also. That's why once again I'm going to explain about these three terminologies, that is depth of a tree is number of edges from the root node to that particular number of edges from the root node to the leaf node at the longest path. And the height of a tree is calculated from the leaf to the root node. And the main difference between the height and depth is height is calculated from the root or top, and height is calculated from the leaf or bottom, and depth is calculated from the top or root. This is the main difference between these two, depth and height. Depth is calculated from the root and height is calculated from the leaf. And all the nodes in a binary tree are stored in a level order fashion. That means root node is available at level 0, and the children node, that means that's it. The children of root node is available at level 1 and so on. So these are needed for solving the problems. And coming to this topic, how to represent the binary trees in a computer memory. There are mainly two representations. First one is array representation and second one is linked list representation. And in order to easily understand, uh, array representation is somewhat easy to understand when compared to the linked list representation, but both are having some advantages or disadvantages. In some cases we can go for array representations, and in some cases linked list representations are used. We will see in detail, or we will explore in detail about these two representations. First one is array representation. Coming to this example, this particular example, starting from the root node 10, it is having two children, 5 and 16, and for 5 the left child is missing, and 16 it is having both left and right children. And at level 3, in general, it is having maximum up to 8 nodes, but at the level 3 only one node is present. So how these particular elements are stored in a memory, we will see. Actually, the array representation stores the tree data by scanning the elements using the level order fashion. So it stores the nodes level by level. If if some of the element is missing, it left the blank spaces for it. That means, for example, the node 5, its left child is missing. So in the place of a left, just in the array, its place is filled with blank, like that. And the representation of this particular tree is like this, using with the help of array. The index 1 is holding the root, and it has two children, 5 and 16, and they are placed at the location 2 and 3. And some of the children are missing, so their place is left as blank. In this representation, we can easily get the position of two children of one particular node by using with the help of a formula. That means if the parent node is at the index k, then child 1 or left child index is 2 into k, and the right child or child 2 index is 2 into k plus 1, like this. And we can by looking at the tree, we can easily uh, estimate, or we can easily determine how these particular elements are stored in the memory, like this. For example, 10 is at level 0, so 10. Next level 5 and 16, so 10, 5, 16. And in level 2, one place is blank, so 10, 5, 16, blank, 8, 15, 20, like that. I will tell you once again. So by looking at this particular binary tree, we can easily determine how these elements are going to store in the array like this: 10, 5, 16, blank, 8, 15, 20, and in level 3 almost 8 nodes are going to be occupied, but at this particular place only one particular node is available, that is 23, and it is at the last position. So blank, 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 23, like this. Okay, I will explain once again: 10, 5, 16, blank, 8, blank, sorry, 10, 5, 16, blank, 8, 15, 20, and in the last level all the nodes are empty. Only one element is there, that is 23, so that is at the last position, so that is at 15th position. That's it. Okay, there are some advantages, like we can go in a forward direction or we can go in a backward direction. That means with the help of a parent node, we can easily access the child nodes, and with the help of a child node, we can easily access the parent node, like this. For example, if the child node is at the position n and its parent index is calculated by using with the help of a formula n by 2, like this. For example, 15 is at position 6. 15 is at position 6. 15 is a child node of 16. So 15 is at position 6, and 6 by 2, 3. At position 3, its parent node 16 is available. That means by using with the help of a child node, we can easily access the parent node. And by using with the help of a parent node, we can easily access the child node. That means we can go in a both forward direction and backward direction. But it is having some main disadvantages. It is not that much memory efficient. It is not memory efficient. Most of the blank spaces are available, and it will occupy many spaces that has no use. Underutilization or memory utilization is not that much good in the case of array representation, and this representation is only good for complete binary tree or full binary tree, because in the case of a complete binary tree all the levels are filled, sometimes except at the last level. Even at the last level the elements are filled from left to right. For such type of trees, array representation is very good. But I already told you it is having some limitations, some serious limitations, like it is not memory efficient. Most of the elements are, most of the positions are filled with blanks, and it is not suited for the trees other than complete or full binary trees. And coming to the next representation, that is linked list representation. By observing this by observing this, each and every node, in the case of a linked list representation, we can call it as a node or a structure. So each and every node is having three parts. First part is the left part, and second part is information, and third part is right part. Left part contains the address of the left child, right part contains the address of the right child, and information contains the value. By looking at this particular example, 10, it is having two children, 5 and 16. So left part points to the left child and right part points to the right child. Whereas coming to the 5, it is only having the right child. So its left part is filled with null. X means null. And its right part points to the right child. And for the leaf nodes like 8 and 15, it is not having any left child or right child. So such type of nodes are considered as leaf nodes, and both left part and right part are filled with null. Null means not pointing to anything. That's it. 8, 15, and 23, in this particular example, these three nodes are considered as leaf nodes, so that's why their left part and right part are filled with null. Once again I am telling that null means it not points to anything. That's it. And it is efficient in terms of memory, because memory is required only for the nodes that are present in the binary tree. That's it. And it is applicable for any kind of tree. It is best for any type of tree, and it is flexible because at the runtime we can allocate the memory and deallocate the memory for the nodes. But coming to disadvantages, we can easily say that for each and every node it is having three parts. So additional memory is required for the pointers, and it will go only in a forward direction. That means with the help of a parent node we can easily access the child node. That's it. But with the help of a child node we cannot access the parent node. Double linked list is needed, but it is too much memory is needed. So that's why with the help of a linked list representation there are some advantages. That means it is applicable for any kind of a tree, but it goes only in a forward direction, and additional memory is required for that particular pointers. That's it. And it but programmers will generally prefer linked list representation when compared to the array representation, because it is applicable for any kind of a tree, or it is best for any type of